Hello and welcome back to another book review. First of all, before I get started, I post new book reviews almost every single day on both fiction and nonfiction books, so if you want some reading inspiration or you just like listening to book reviews, then feel free to stick around. Today I'm going to be reviewing a cozy mystery. This is the second in a series that I have been reading, and I enjoyed the first one and I enjoyed the second one. So today I am going to be reviewing Murder is a Piece of Cake, a Baker Street mystery by Valerie Burns. This is what the cover looks like. The first book in the series was 2 parts sugar, 1 part murder, and I listened to that in the audiobook format. This one I clearly read in the print format. So I did kind of switch up the formats for the second book in the series, and that is because I found this book on the new shelf of my library and I pulled it off the shelf, and I know there's still a waiting list for the audiobook, so I'm going to remove myself from the audiobook waitlist because I already read the print format. I enjoy a good cozy mystery. They're never going to be the next great American novel, but they're very enjoyable. They're comfortable, they're relaxing. You know what you're getting into when you get the cozy mystery out of the library, and sometimes that familiarity, the comfortable beats of the story are very enjoyable. Also, I don't really like a lot of graphic violence. I don't like depictions of violence being described in great detail to me, but I do love a good mystery. So cozies kind of fill that hole where I can get that whodunit vibe. I can get the, oh, I wonder how this mystery is going to be solved without going into graphic details on the murder of this individual. Are they always realistic? No. Are they all going to be the next great American novel? Probably not. I can't say for sure, but probably not. But are they enjoyable and fun to read, and do they have a large audience of people who like to read them? Yes, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, we're on book 2 of this series, and our main character, Maddie, who is kind of a social media star, daughter of a Navy admiral who raised her by himself, who has moved to a small town in Michigan and is running the bakery that belonged to her now deceased great aunt. She has made a little bit of a name for herself with solving a mystery in the first book, but there was also an incident where her bakery caught fire when someone was trying to conceal a murder, so she's trying to get the bakery up and running and keep going with her life now that she feels like she has some direction and something to focus her intellectual pursuits in. She's trying to get this bakery started, she's making friends in her new town, and things are going well. Well, things are going well until one of the friends she has made, April, who is also the sheriff of the town, has her estranged husband show up. He is very competitive, he's a businessman, and he has an intention to open another bakery in town and drive out Maddie. And that is his plan. And he looks like he's going to succeed because he has all the money, all the wealth, and all the means to accomplish this until he shows up dead, of course, in Maddie's bakery. This is highly inconvenient, both because now this is the second person who has shown up deceased in her bakery, but also because April is obviously a prime suspect and she wants to clear her friend's name and kind of put all this behind her and focus on getting her bakery open. So Maddie gets mixed up in the solving of this murder mystery, and she has to clear her name, Maddie's name, everyone in her friend circle name, and figure out who killed April's estranged husband. Overall, I don't want to get too far into the plot because I don't want to reveal too much, but it's your standard cozy mystery. The beats are all there, the plot's all there. There were some new characters that I did like. At one point, we get to meet a state trooper who I do not believe was in book 1, and even though he kind of has a little bit of a gruff personality and he initially doesn't really hit it off with Maddie, I feel like overall he's a good character and I do like him. I feel like he just has a commitment to his job. I liked him. I don't know if we'll see him again. I don't know if he was going to be specific just to this book or if he's going to come back in another book, but I think that's going to be really an interesting thing to see because I did like that character, the state trooper who came to visit. Additionally, there was a little thing that was commented that I did like, and that was, at one point, Maddie is laying in bed and I think she has to do some stuff for the cozy mystery. Yes, she has to do some stuff for the plot advancement of the cozy mystery, but she has to do some stuff for the bakery, but she also wants to solve this mystery, and she's like, should I just close the bakery for another day? And then she's like, well, I can't just keep closing the bakery because otherwise I need to be open to make money and have a successful bakery, which is kind of an acknowledgement of something that happens in a lot of cozy mysteries. So first of all, I understand that this is a little bit of a suspension of disbelief. This is not... The cats are deeply unhappy. Okay. I'm suspending my disbelief when I read a cozy mystery. It is what it is. There's going to be things that are not realistic at all, particularly these people always just solving mysteries and the incredibly high crime rate in these small towns with someone showing up dead like every month for the continuation of the series. But also, all these characters own some sort of business that doesn't really sound economically viable. Like, very rarely are these people in the accounting department of the local factory, or, you know, working third shift at the local factory, or the third grade teacher. They always are running their own business, which is usually like homemade candles, or like knitted designs, or specially hand-bound books, things that are very niche, and I feel like these small towns don't really have the market to support. But beyond that, they're always closing their business to solve the mystery. Like Miss Sleuth with her pink candle business closes, which is already only open from like 10 to 2 because she has things to do, also always closes the shop to go solve these mysteries, which I understand, a little bit of a suspension of disbelief, like, this isn't economically viable, but I'm here for the mystery and the whodunit sort of aspect of it. But Maddie was like, I gotta keep this bakery open. And I was like, yeah, you do. That's usually how things work. But that was just an aside that I noted, and I was like, someone's thinking about keeping their business open, which normally in these sort of cozy mysteries, they're always closing their shop to go solve the mystery, which is fine. I'll accept it. I just thought that it was interesting that in this book, the main character thinks about keeping her business open. Another thing that I really am liking about this series as it develops is, in the first book, Maddie inherits the bakery and the house and also the dog from her great aunt. And when she's going through the house, she discovers all these VHS tapes that are recordings of her great aunt Octavia talking about things that she thinks are going wrong in the town and things like that. And something that she's hinted at in these VHSs is she thinks there is a traitor in her inside circle. However, in the first mystery, they didn't really discover that. And in the second mystery, they didn't really discover that. However, there's always like little things that don't seem to add up, or there seems to be some ongoing mystery on whether or not there is a traitor in the inside circle. So the inside circle would be people who knew Octavia when she lived in town and now are going to be friends with Maddie and are in her inner circle. So now Maddie, there's this underlying current of everything seems to be going well, but there's this voice that kind of was put into her head from Octavia that maybe there's someone inside who isn't all that he seems, and it's something that she's just having to keep an eye on. Normally cozy mysteries have like this B plot that's kind of running along, either someone's continuous failed relationships, or they're on again off again relationship with somebody, or something else that's just going on that's kind of a B plot that runs throughout the entire series. And I wonder if Valerie Burns is going to take that and kind of make it the B plot. Like, is there someone in her inner circle who's kind of questionable, because occasionally there are things that don't add up? I just wonder if that's where it's going. I don't know for sure. Obviously, this is only book 2 in the series, but it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Overall, I've been really liking this series by Valerie Burns. I think she's a really good cozy mystery writer. She also writes under the name V.M. Burns, and she has Dog Club Mysteries, R.J. Franklin Mysteries, and the Mystery Bookshop series under that name. So it's not entirely a different name, but you might not notice that V.M. Burns is the same as Valerie Burns. So those are the same author according to her profile in the back, and I really like her writing. So if you're looking for more cozy mysteries and you don't want to continue waiting for the next book in this series to come out, then maybe consider one of her other series that sounds like she has more books out in these. So maybe consider one of those if you enjoy this book or enjoy her writing and want to try something else. If you've read this book in the series or any other books by Valerie Burns, please let me know. I love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you have any recommendations for books to read, they don't have to be cozy mysteries, they could be anything. I love getting recommendations and I try my hardest to read everything that you guys recommend, so please put those in the comments below as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.